Why I support Susan G. Komen for the cure. I'm Leslie Mouton. It's because I can imagine a world without breast cancer.
Why do I support the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure? I'm inspired by women like my mother and grandmother who endured breast cancer and beat it. They are my heroes.
We support Komen San Antonio, so together we can make an impact to fight against breast cancer.
I support Komen San Antonio, and I'm inspired to save a life. My cousin's daughter has suffered from breast cancer, and I'd like to see a cure.
You want to help fight breast cancer? Well, become involved.
I support Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure because I am inspired by the story of my own mother who died of breast cancer many years ago. She was an incredible woman whose legacy lives on within me, and I want to be involved in helping to find a cure for future generations.
Imagine a world without breast cancer, a world where women and men will no longer have to face the fears or shed tears over a breast cancer diagnosis.
I'm inspired by my mom. She battled breast cancer just this past year.
I chose the word impact because in the past 15 years, Susan G. Komen has raised over $14 million for breast cancer treatment, screening, and education.
Why I support the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure. I can imagine a world without breast cancer.
I am inspired by my friend Amy, who lost her battle with breast cancer 2 years ago.
I support Komen San Antonio because I love how the community gets involved in the fight against breast cancer.
Here at Rackspace, we are a company full of passionate rackers, and we want to imagine a world that is cancer-free. We want to imagine a world that is free of breast cancer.
I support Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure because I want to make an impact in our community by informing women of all the preventative care they have available to them to help save lives.
I continue to be inspired by the number of folks participating in this great event.
When my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer back in the 60s, there was very little that could be done for her, and unfortunately she died. But now there are improvements every day, both in diagnosis and in treatment and in detection as well.
I promise to do everything I can to get as many people to join our team for Race for the Cure so that we can find a cure for breast cancer. So I invite you to join our team on May 12th so we can race for a cure. These two are going to be here.
I support Susan G. Komen because I'm inspired to make a difference in the fight against cancer.
I would love for y'all to come and join us at the Race for the Cure on May 12th and inspire each and every one of y'all to come and join the great cause to fight this together.
I support the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure because I can imagine a world without breast cancer. As the father of 3 daughters, I'd like them to imagine it too. My grandmother suffered breast cancer. I've had an aunt that's had breast cancer, and I know the devastating effects it can have. So I don't want my daughters to go through that same thing.
I support Komen San Antonio because they help improve the lives of people here in San Antonio.
I support Komen San Antonio because I'm inspired by the countless survivors who continue to use their voices in the fight against breast cancer.
I'm inspired by all the great rackers who've come out for the event in the past. I'm inspired by my mom, who's a breast cancer survivor herself.
I support the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure because of the tremendous impact it has in San Antonio. Almost all of us know a friend or a family member that's been impacted by this dreadful disease. Let's wipe it out.
May 12th, I will be involved. I just moved to San Antonio, and I'm already involved with Race for the Cure. I'm going to run. Russell Rush is going to walk, so I will beat him.
I was very inspired at my first race last year and vowed to give back.
I promise to help beat breast cancer by spreading the word. Awareness leads to prevention. Prevention leads to treatment. Treatment hopefully leads to recovery, and with your help, we can help beat this terrible disease. I invite you to join us for the 15th annual Komen Race for the Cure.
I support Komen San Antonio, and I want to make an impact.
I support Susan G. Komen for the Cure because I hope that we can continue to invest in breast screening, treatment, and education in our community.
I promise to get involved in the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure.
I invite you to participate in the Race for the Cure on May 12th and invest in the future health of our community.
I invite you to come out May 12th and join us for the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure.
Invite, see? It says right here. I invite you.
With your help, we can make an impact and find a cure.
I invite you to come help us create a world without breast cancer on May 12th, 2012, and our 15th annual Race for the Cure.
I'm Suzanne Wade with HEB. I invest in Komen in hopes that my granddaughters won't have to. Join me on May 12th for the 15th annual Komen Race for the Cure.